Alright, now I'm going to show you how I edit this entire The Hunt for the Amiga CD32 movie was done. So instead of using Adobe Premiere, I thought I would make an application so I could just move assets around, just like the movie Minority Report, I guess. You can just do stuff. And I've used the Amiga Workbench 1.3 Amiga mouse pointer as my hands. And then over here, that is where my studio is. So this is like a virtual studio. So, of course, over there is the actual recording taking place. There's a camera inside here, and that's the overlay. That is some particle effects in the background and just the frames. I know kind of the limits of the screen being recorded. So this is the thing that is recording whatever I'm doing over here. So this frame right here, that is the same as this one, but it's all flattened down. You can see my pointer went over there. Yeah. Anyway, so I put all my assets inside here, because that is what you do in Adobe Premiere anyway. You put some images, you have some music, audio, movies, and some text blocks, and then you have some effects, and then I also have some QR codes down here. I have a debug panel. So instead of putting all of these assets inside a timeline and then, spending weeks or days of editing, why can't I just think about it like a presentation, like a real-time presentation? So whenever I put stuff into these boxes, they will appear on this screen, of course, over there. And then every action is recorded in a script, so I can play it back later. Or I had an idea that I could actually have an Oculus Quest 2 being the other camera, and that Oculus Quest 2 over there would be in recording mode. So when I start, messing around here, putting stuff into the timeline, this second Quest hardware will record real time. I could also play back the script inside this headset, which is probably what I will do in the beginning at least. I noticed some problems recording on the headset when I play this script back. Right now it doesn't matter because I'm in presentation mode, which means, this is where I do stuff behind the recording. This third option is actually to play it back on a PC and then let the Unity recorder record the movie, and that is how I did it for this time, for the Hunt of the Amiga CD32 movie that you just saw. I recorded all my actions, and then I played it back in Unity on Windows and recorded on Windows to get the proper frame rate and all of this. I'll just put this back, kind of. So now I will just show you how I would think about doing a live presentation, which then will be recorded, kind of. So what I did in most of the Hunt for the Amiga CD32 movie was basically just put assets in here. And then, of course, I need to know which asset comes after the other. So I need to time it a little bit, like real time. But, the logic is that over there is everything that goes full screen. So you remember this from the movie. I zoomed out and I moved stuff around. And then I have some picture-in-picture. So I can move these around, and I can also zoom them a little bit. And yeah, let's put something else there. So yeah, and then I can just, of course, the frame is not visible on this one. This is the recording. This is just, you know, my version of the recording, so I have a little bit more information. And then of course I can move it around and scale it, and you know, I can do some scribbling. There's a laser pointer, and then I can scribble a little bit, or I can also erase, or I can clear everything, turn off the pointer, move it around, and then of course if I put a new one in, that will be there, and so forth. And then, okay, I don't want this. There's a little bug here. I'm still not finished with the software, but that doesn't matter because it doesn't end up in the recording anyway. And then I also showed some text objects that I was moving around, zooming. And I can also have like a text auto-scrolling. So I put a bigger text in. It will, after some time, it will start scrolling by itself, so I'm not doing anything. Of course, this will probably not scroll because it's not so big. So okay, this one will scroll because there's no, it is cut off, right? And this is how I did everything. So now I can have movies going on here. I could have a full screen movie over there. And this is how I edit the movie. And all the things I do here is recorded in these playback elements, and that is the script I was talking about. And of course I could have some sound effects. And we can also have some music, of course, in the background or the front. So front means it's like 100% volume. And then I can of course fade it down to 25%. Or I can just fade it up again. I can remove this and I could put in another video if I wanted to. Of course, not a Alright, and now I'm gonna show you the test CD I created, where I put my On 98 onto this CD. Yeah, of course, if I start messing up too much now, I also have a feature of fading, so I could fade music. So it goes fading over from one to one. And then of course mute the music because we don't need that right here. And then finally I would have support for QR codes, so I will drop that here, and that's the QR code you will see on the screen. This is just for my own remembering, so I know what the hell this is. And I think, yeah, there's one more thing. I will show the deploy staging. So that's how I synchronized two videos. So first I will have one video which is without sound, and the one that belongs to that one, you can see it says CD01. That's the second camera, and this is CD01. This was the main camera and the main audio. And then if I do the deploy staging, I think it works. Alright, so here we are with the eBay version that I bought. Now you can see. So I'm recording this from the Super Video connector on the CD32. It goes this is both into synchronized an old Windows XP machine. And then I will just move this around. Yeah, that works. And it is being captured by a PC TV. I will just remove, you know. Or maybe it's called. Yeah. So that's how I edit the entire movie, and in Unity. All of this is automatically generated. If I put it into a folder, I just made a program by myself in Unity that reads all my assets and builds the entire setup for me. So all I need to do is put some video in, music, audio files, text, images, and everything is created automatically. So this is a much better and efficient way, I would say, to make movies. I will definitely use this for other movies that I make. And that was a little quick tour of how this movie was edited, kind of behind the scenes, and I will give you a behind the scenes. Yeah, looks pretty much the same. All right, so that was it.